B.
Community Center in J.D. MacArthur Arena. We're currently observing a moment of silence, and we'll be back with you in a moment.
Thank you, fans. We ask you to remain standing and move your hats for the night singing of the national anthem, Go Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. Both teams observing a moment of silence for Tyson Downs. Tyson was a longtime member of the Owen Sound North Stars organization, playing with the Owen Sound North Stars Junior B team. Tyson passed away this past off season, and they are taking a moment just to remember him, as he is a North Star forever. North Stars against the Brooklyn Merchants here. Should be a good game. Owen Sound falling in the last match against the Merchants, and a little bit of a thin roster this morning or this afternoon here for the Owen Sound North Stars. You can see here the Six Nations Rivermen leading the way with 10 points. 6 games played, 5-1. Owen Sound down 2 spots from Brooklyn. Brooklyn in second place. So we'll see how this game goes as the Owen Sound North Stars win the face-off. Wyatt Barfoot collecting the ball. He's going to throw that up for Hayden Summers-Thompson. North Stars in the offensive zone. Cascanet sends that. North Stars trying to connect on a pass there, and Jordan McMillan unable to find Cascanet in the slot. They're going to run this back into Owen Sound zone now. Merchants looking to make a play. There's a pass to Devin Pfeiffer. He's going to get harassed and drop that ball. So some solid defending there from Owen Sound to start this game. Braden Kruger can't stop that pass across. Brooklyn with a low shot, and it's going to go just a little bit wide. They're going to run out of time. And Wyatt's going to let this ball roll all the way down into the Brooklyn zone, where he's going to pick it up, and they're going to start possession here. McMillan to Barfoot. Barfoot trying to wheel and find a spot. Can't quite. He's going to send that wide. North Star still with it. Back to Barfoot. Long shot here. And a good knee save there by the Brooklyn Merchants goalie, number 72, Lucas Coote. Brooklyn carrying this up the floor. Parker Pfeiffer sends that across, back door. Coming across there was Caleb Martin. They're going to say some illegal contact there, so the North Stars are going to gain possession of this ball, and they're going to continue up the floor as Wyatt Barfoot leads the way there, sending that off for McMillan. McMillan gets knocked down, backhand pass, and picked up by Jordan Cascanet. Back across the floor for McMillan. North Stars really struggling to get this ball in anywhere near the net, so they're going to settle for a long, hard shot that's going to bounce and go up out of play. And so Coutts going to send that forward for the Merchants.
Yeah, they're going to need to get that ball in deep and work from down low, get the defenders turning their back from the net. The 40, 50-foot shots are not going to beat Lucas Coutts on a regular basis, and they're going to need to really up their transition game, and there we've got
right
a Merchants
in tight.
goal.
Brooklyn Merchants open the scoring. And that initial save there was made by Caleb Martin, but the ball falls, and it's going to end up trickling in. So that looked like, I believe, number 8, Cody Hamley. We'll take another look at this one. And that's actually going to go to number 9.
Yeah, we do not have a number 9.
We don't have a number 9. So we'll keep you all posted, and if we find out who that is, then we'll give them a deserved shout-out for opening the scoring here at the Bayshore. Brooklyn Merchants taking this up the floor. Merchants seeming to have a lot of roster changes early on in the season here. And Merchants back in tight. They're going to take a low bouncing shot, and Martin thought that one got by, but he did catch it in his arms. So great work there by Caleb Martin. Wyatt Barfoot now taking this up the floor for the North Stars. He's going to send that off for Jordan Cascanet. Cascanet's going to send that wide. Millsap using his speed, trying to cut around, sends that to the low corner. Back up top, McNabb, shot, scores for the North Stars. Jake McNabb ties it at 1 with a low bouncing shot, and he's able to find a little bit of space under Lucas Coutts.
And again, that was a shot that came from far out. However, the pass went down low, then back out to Jake, so it makes the defense drop back in. So Jake gets more of a one-on-one situation. They didn't close the gap on him, and he had a lot of time and space, and Jake's a good shooter from that area of the floor. So.
Yeah, a fantastic pass that looked like it forced Justin Bragg, number 4, for the Merchants down low, and gave Jake McNabb all the time in the world he needed to put that one in. Merchants right out in front, shot, scores!
Just a bad communication on defense there. A simple 2-man game, and they allowed Christian Watt to get to the net, and he beats, looks like it went short side on the bouncer. Again, they've got... Yeah.
So Christian Watts with a great play there, using his speed to certainly outclass the defense on that play, and Brooklyn's going to regain this 1-goal lead. Now it's a foot race, lost stick, shot right over the shoulder. They're going to say foot in the crease, so Owen Sound's going to get possession of this as Jordan Cascanet picks up the ball in his own zone.
Again, a great job on the draw by Carson Stevenson. I think he's won all 3 or 4 draws he's had today so far, but again, his teammates have to pick that off. You know, they can't allow a 2-on-1 off a 1 draw.
Cascanet unable to put that one home. Now the Merchants are heading up the floor. Cody Hamley is going to send that off for his teammate Devin Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer across the floor. Back up top, Renaud. The cross shot, good save there, right off the chest of Caleb Martin. So that's going to reset this clock that seems to be a little bit frozen, but they're going to reset it now as the Owen Sound North Stars have the ball. Braden Kruger sending that across the floor, back to Barfoot. Barfoot's going to connect with McMillan. McMillan assessing his options here. He's got Cascanet. Looking across the floor now. He's going to send that ball over. And a long shot here by McNabb. Shot, scores! 2 shots for McNabb and 2 goals. Another low, long shot that finds its way under Lucas Coutts.
Man, real nice pick or screen thrown by Gordy Power there. And again, create a little bit of space here for McNabb to come off the boards. And 26 or 28 there. Robert Morgan, a little too, gave again. Too much time and space to Jake, and he found the side.
North Stars are going to win that draw again. So great work by Carson Stevenson. He is just unstoppable on the dot this morning.
And a better effort that time by Rob Clover to get in there, get the ball, pull it close into his chest, and we'll give him credit for that. That's what they need to do, is continue to gain possessions off these draws.
North Star cycling. Cascanet shot. Good save there by Lucas Cooten, who reaches for that one. North Stars on the defense. Merchants trying to go back in the lead again. So far, teams going tick for tat. North Stars carrying this up. Noah Millsap sends that off for Barfoot.
And a little slow on the change there for Owen Sound.
And they're going to call
his
change
crease,
of
although
possession.
he didn't have possession when he went through the crease, so I don't think that really warranted a call. I mean, yeah, he was definitely in there, but the ball had come out of his stick long before that. But nonetheless, we go the other way.
Devin Pfeiffer, good screen there by Christian Watts. Pfeiffer getting harassed. Sends that across the floor. Back to Watts. Watts connects out front. That shot goes wide. Pfeiffer trying to get back for this one. And he's going to miss that one, and they're going to have to leave that ball right out in front Brooklyn's net. So the North Stars tie game, 7 minutes in. Both goals here coming from Jake McNabb. And trying to connect with Jake McNabb again was number 17, Gordy Power. They're going to call change of possession here as Brooklyn now has a breakaway. Right in tight, shot. Great save by Caleb Martin.
Yeah, they got caught in turning the ball over late on, or down low, with Jake McNabb called for the illegal pick, and they had everybody pinned down low. Brooklyn was wise to get up the floor quickly in transition, and great save by Caleb to keep us a 2-2 tie.
Cascanet trying to use his speed. They're going to call looked like a high stick, perhaps.
Yeah, it was just another moving pick. It was just an unnecessary pick. You can't do it. You're just going to turn the ball over, so don't waste your juice.
Robert Morgan trying to win that foot race, didn't quite as he missed the ball, so now they're going to just set up here in the offensive zone with Watts with the ball now. He's going to send that across. Merchant still with it. Long shot. Great save. Caleb Martin.
Oh, that's a little bit of a dive there on the loose ball, but nonetheless, the referee bid it, and we're going to go Merchant's ball, new 30-second.
Braden Kruger, the youngest player on this team, coming from the junior Bs, and strong enough, I suppose, to knock over a veteran player, so that's great. He'll pick up this ball and carry it up the floor for the Owen Sound North Stars. Can't quite get to that one as Jordan Cascanet. This one's going to go off into the corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to really start getting down the floor so they can get the ball deep in transition. They're getting caught up top. Merchants are putting a lot of pressure on them, and it's resulting in turnovers more often than not.
Parker Pfeiffer sends that one across the floor. Back to Pfeiffer. Shot here. Great save, Caleb Martin. That's going to go off his leg and up out of play. A hard shot there by Tyler Goodchild. Brooklyn back with it. Goodchild. Holding tight to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer out front. That's going to go up out of play. They're going to say it tipped, so that'll be a Brooklyn ball with a fresh 30. Goodchild finds Parker Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer out in front. Good save up high there for Caleb Martin. Pfeiffer gets sent into the boards there by Barfoot. So Barfoot's going to carry this up the floor. Right out in front. Shot. Collected. Shot again. Scores! Jake McNabb with the hat trick in the first period. not even 10 minutes in, and McNabb's got 3-on-3 shots.
And Brandon McMillan did a real smart play by taking that ball to the net. You know, he got the shot. He might have had Jake open, but Jake was there to pick up the garbage. And that's really the first bout of transition we've seen come on the offensive side of the ball with Owen Sound, and it results in a goal. And these are the kind of goals that they're going to have to collect tonight, because Brooklyn is far too deep on offense to try to go punch for punch. You know, Lucas Coots, a veteran goalie, he doesn't give up many bad ones, and you know, for the North Stars to be having 3 in the first 9 minutes bodes well, but it's a long night, and they're going to really have to, you know, use all the tricks of the trade to make sure they can score enough to pull out a W here tonight.
Well, we'll take a moment here and thank Boston Pizza for providing the Rogers Crew refreshments. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can find them at 1606 16th Street East in Owen Sound, Ontario. Or you can give them a shout at 519-370-2003 or visit them at www.bostonpizza.com. Brooklyn coming up with that ball off the face-off.
Yeah, that was a close call. Looked like number 91, Brad Mazzucato, who's playing his first game for the North Stars. Came in from Nanaimo. He's been out in BC for about 10 years, so he's in the lineup, and now it looks like...
well, the BC boy is going to get 2 minutes here to enjoy the scenic city from the penalty box as he gets his stick up high and takes down a Brooklyn Merchant right out in front of the net.
Again, those are, you know, if you're going to take a penalty in the scoring area, that's where you want to make good on it. Hopefully they can hold off a very potent Merchants power play, who I think put 7 in the last time they played Owen Sound in Brooklyn.
Shot there off the side of the net. Coming up with that is Jake Doolittle. He's going to use his speed to play a little bit of keep away here. Still with it. And he's going to beat his man. Taking this all the way into the offensive zone. They've got another 20 seconds to go off the shot clock here. Back to Doolittle. Doolittle's going to send that in low. And just killing time here. Rob Clopeford tries to send that one on. And Owen Sound's going to need to pick up their feet and get back here. Clopeford tries to cut off that pass. He can't quite. Devin Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play by Rob to try to take an odd angle shot, get the rebound, and they were real close to picking up that loose ball and being able to take another 30 seconds off the clock here.
Shot by Watts. No good. Owen Sound can't quite got their sticks on it. And Brooklyn's going to hold on to this. Devin Pfeiffer, long shot, scores!
Yeah, that's why loose balls are important. Just give up a goal with 2 seconds on the shot clock there. That's a tough one. But again, this power play is potent. And every time that Owen Sound ends up in the box, it's going to be tough to keep that ball out of the net.
Well, a hard shot there from the point. You can see Devin Pfeiffer, he's the captain for a reason, and one of those is certainly his high-octane offense. We'll hear a little bit from Captain Devin Pfeiffer during the first intermission. Face-off, Owen Sound coming up with it again, so great work, Carson Stevenson. Great percentage on the dot. Barfoot's gonna bounce that across the floor. McMillan picking it up. McMillan connecting with Cascanet. Cascanet across the floor. McNabb can't come up with it, so the Merchants are gonna get it. They're gonna try to send him away right out in front. Shot, bouncing shot, and that's gonna bounce far too high, so Owen Sound will gain possession. A great attempt there by John Weller.
Yeah, it was a heads-up play by the Merchants that caught Weller on the break in transition, and Wyatt Barfoot hesitated a little bit. I mean, he's being asked to double duty here tonight, play offense and defense, so just that little hesitation gave the player the opportunity to get past him and into the scoring opportunity.
McMillan taking that one right to the net again, very hard. He's been going to the net with a ton of strength and speed so far this afternoon. Merchants in, shot. And that one stayed out. Great save by Caleb Martin. Now the North Stars, even strength. They're gonna start bringing this ball up the floor as Mazzucato sends that over for Barfoot. Barfoot trying to get that one to Jordan Cascanet, can't quite. McMillan able to get off the floor and free a defender. Devin Pfeiffer able to get around the defender, shot under the arm, but able to deflect out. Caleb Martin, great save. Now Cascanet in the offensive zone. So Barfoot will hop off, Cascanet in front, shot! And they're gonna call a penalty here against Brooklyn.
Oh, great move by Jordan Cascanet. 1-on-2, he split the defenders, got in, made a nice shot. Coop got over to make the arm save, but yeah, they had to put the grab on him there in order to thwart that scoring opportunity.
Jordan Cascanet watching Devin Pfeiffer do that down at the other end of the floor, and then decides, well, I think I could probably do that too. So heading to the box there for Brooklyn is number 18, Lucas Renzetti. He's going for a hold. So Jordan Cascanet is going to carry this ball in. McMillan to Cascanet. Cascanet looking at options. Low long shot. Trying to get that one in. Wyatt Barfoot, and Owen Sound's gonna end up losing this ball. Gordy Power can't come up with it, so.
Yeah, they're gonna give up a breakaway on a man down situation and
shot
a goal.
Scores.
On a rebound where they could easily have corralled it rather than trying to low percentage one-timer shot off the glass back to the Merchants and in their net. So again, they just can't afford to continue to make mistakes like this, especially when you're on the power play.
That one's certainly not going to impress Coach Phil Dempsey. He's gonna see a few of the players already reacting on the bench. They're not happy with that one either. So Owen Sound now down by a goal, but up by a man as they try to get that one back. Hayden Summers-Thompson catching that one off the draw. He's gonna carry this into the offensive zone with speed. Wyatt Barfoot shot, scores! And just like that, they're gonna get it right back. Hayden Summers-Thompson with speed. He's gonna send that just across to Barfoot, and he's gonna squeeze that one in low. So it seems like these low shots are finding their way through Lucas Coots.
Yeah, that's a great effort and by Hayden, and great to see that Wyatt Barfoot was able to put that in. You know, a valiant effort the last time he touched the ball, yet it was probably ill-advised, and this one finds the back of the net, and we make up for that short-handed goal.
So just like that, the penalty is gone. Both teams are back even strength and even on the scoreboard. Shots are pretty close as well. You got 13-12, so we'll see what happens here. Watts, long shot, great save, Caleb Martin. Good defense by Summers-Thompson. Owen Sound comes up with this. Shaking off his man. Owen Sound, they've got Sudan on it. Sudan sends that off for Cascanet. Gordy Power tries to connect, doesn't quite find his man. Noah Millsap with it. Now McNabb, he's gonna need to change. Brooklyn, great speed by Noah Millsap. He just tracked him down like a, I don't even know, a cheetah or something.
Yeah.
He had about two full head lengths on this guy, and he's coming at him at twice the speed. I'd be terrified to fall to the ground too, I think. Jordan Cascanet sending that in for Power. Right out in front, shot! Doing his best Bobby Orr impression.
Yeah, it's good for Gordy Power to get to the net. He's scored goals at whatever level he's played at, and he's coming in after having a year off and graduated from Orangeville Junior Bees, and he's really helped out the Merchants so far.
Great defense there by Braden Kruger as he stops that with his body. Now Devin Pfeiffer. Watts across the floor. Renaud out front, shot! They're gonna say that tipped off Caleb Martin, so good save, Martin. And now the Brooklyn Merchants are gonna get possession of this in the offensive zone.
Yeah, we got an illegal pick called there, so the Merchants will get an opportunity to move or play some D.
Jake Doolittle tries to send that pass for Jordan Cascanet, who can't come up with it. He's gonna lose it to the Merchants, and now Merchants carrying this up the floor. Sending that off was Lucas Renzetti. Merchants, Pfeiffer out front. He's got a lane. Great hit there by Tanner Sudan. Doesn't quite have the speed to pick that one up, so Brooklyn will remain on the offense with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 2-1, they're gonna miss the net, so that ball is gonna go to Owen Sound as it rolls down the floor. North Stars. Here goes Millsap. Millsap to Cascanet. Cascanet connecting with Barfoot. Barfoot twisting and turning, trying to find McMillan. McMillan does come up with it. Long, low shot again. You smell blood on those long, low bounce shots. Now Barfoot tries to go high shoulder, and that's deflected down by Lucas Coote.
Yeah, great job by Jordan McMillan to corral that loose ball and find Wyatt Barfoot, who had a clear path to the goal. He stopped up, let a shot go high, and might have been going wide, but Lucas Coote took care of that one, and Merchants had an opportunity, and now they've turned the ball back over to the Owen Sound.
Might have been an unintentional play there by Braden Kruger, but he tipped that pass nicely to Brad Mazzucato, who's able to collect that and give it to Jordan Cascanet. Cascanet with the ball, swings out front, sends that in low. Mazzucato, shot, scores! First game with the North Stars, first goal for the North Stars.
And an exceptional play by Brad Mazzucato, coming over, recognizing that there was 4 righties on the floor and only 1 left. He came over to set the pick high on Jordan Cascanet. Jordan came off of it, sold the shot. Mazzucato was able to get a good enough angle and get his body to the net, ward off the player with his back, and again, find a hole on Coote, and that's a big goal for a defender coming up in transition, and a real big goal for a veteran guy who played in his first game here with the North Stars.
Fantastic shot there by Brad Mazzucato, able to just sneak that over the shoulder of Lucas Coote. Referee Kennery trying to communicate something, and Merchants are going to get this ball. Watts sends that across the floor. Merchants still with it. Pfeiffer takes a long pass, shot here. And that one's going to be blocked. It looks like maybe by Barfoot, and he's really feeling it. So now we've got a couple of a North Star and a Merchant just going at it. Hayden Summers-Thompson, he's just welcoming Trent Boyd to the Bayshore.
And hard to believe that there's only 1 penalty being assessed here, but I guess it must have been the initial one. They certainly were chopping each other back and forth here. But again, unless it's a scoring chance, the North Stars just aren't going to be able to take undisciplined penalties like this, because it's going to, the Merchants are almost, it's hard to believe, but they're almost 85% on the power play this year, and it's certainly, they paid the price for it down in Brooklyn when they were last there, and so far they're 1 for 1 tonight.
Pfeiffer sends that across, shot, good save, Caleb Martin. That ball's going to go up and out of play, so the Merchants are going to get 30 more seconds here. Pfeiffer, pass again, backdoor shot, scores!
And there you go.
Number 32, Parker Pfeiffer, I believe brother to Devin Pfeiffer, and now Caleb Martin a little bit slow to get up after sliding across. He's going to fix his net, he looks to be all right. So, again, a tie game here, even strength, even on goals. And Steve, I mean, you said it, they are a lethal power play. You can't give them any opportunities, and
no, they
know how to capitalize.
They have, I mean, pretty much all the guys that play offense with the Merchants either have been major series lacrosse players or have the ability to be, but they're just so deep up at the Brooklyn Lacrosse Club level in the MSL that there's no room for them. But all of them can step in. You've got both Goodchild and Trent Boyd played the entire year last year in MSL for Brooklyn, and Pfeiffer Piper's played a lot of games as well, so you've got Christian Watts, who's a Buffalo area player up from Siena College. He's really made his mark in the few games he's played, so they're highly skilled.
Barfoot sending that up. Millsap connecting with Cascanet. Cascanet gets around his man. Long low shot. Good save, and they're going to call a hold here on Brooklyn. So we'll see if Owen Sound now can show their power play ability. I mean, it didn't go great at the beginning of the last power play, but then, of course, Barfoot able to come up with a goal and tie the game up. So as Justin Bragg goes and takes a seat for 2 minutes, the Owen Sound North Stars will get another opportunity to send this game in their favor. McNabb sends that over. McNabb, Cascanet, shot. Good save right into the stick of Lucas Coote.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Lucas Coote very often 5-hole. He's very athletic. He gets down low quickly, and you want to beat him up and down the sides of the net, maybe over the shoulder, because he does tend to dip a little bit, but it's better to work the ball around and get him going east-west.
Long low shot off the goalie. North Stars are going to pick this one up as they carry it into the offensive zone. Tanner Sudan sending that over for McMillan. McMillan connects with McNabb. Cascanet to McMillan. Cascanet to McNabb. Playing a little bit of catch here. Cascanet still with it. Behind the back. McMillan can't quite get that shot to go. It's going to go up and out of play, so that ball's going to go to Brooklyn. As they send that up to the recent goal scorer, Parker Pfeiffer.
Yeah, again, with the North Stars being so thin on offense tonight, they're really going to want to get that ball down low, get the defenders turning their heads to see where that ball is, and send some cutters off ball or run some kind of play, but misdirection. Trying just to play catch and take a long shot. You know, Jake McNabb gets away with it, but not many of these other players will.
Well, that's going to kill 30 seconds, so great play by Parker Pfeiffer as he's able to corral that ball and get his body over top of it. Barfoot. It's Cascanet. Barfoot. Down low. Cascanet. He's going to send that across the way. Even strength now. Barfoot has to take this shot. Can't quite corral it. Sends that right out in front. Cascanet backhand shot. McNabb can't get there. So McMillan's going to scoop this up with 2 seconds left. He's going to have to leave it right there. And about 1 second left in this period. And it's just going to run right out. So both the North Stars and the Merchants going 1 for 1, then 2 for 2, all the way up to 5 for 5. So we're going to head in here tied 5-5. Both teams showing a lot of capability. Both teams clearly wanting to win. Owen Sound having a little bit of something to prove after their last game against Brooklyn. I believe it ended 17-10 in Brooklyn's favor. So Owen Sound already halfway to the goal total they had in the last game. I'm sure they're sniffing for more. Brooklyn wanting to assert their dominance over the North Stars one more time. We'll be right back after this break with an interview with the Brooklyn Merchants captain, number 19, Devin Pfeiffer, here on Rogers TV.
Severely abused as a child. I'm 77 now, but still have nightmares. I'm too weak. Can you please pray for me?
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud, Anishinaabe man, who I am now. I love life, who I am.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. I'm joined by Brooklyn Merchants number 19 and captain Devin Pfeiffer. Devin, you know, being a captain of a lacrosse team, it's a big honor. What was it that sort of propelled you to this level of leadership with this team?
I don't know. I'd just say trying to lead by example is probably what I do most. You know, just leaving it all on the floor and trying to show the guys, you know, if I'm able to do something like that, then everybody else should be able to. And yeah, I don't know, just keeping it simple and just trying to do my job as a lacrosse player and trying to fill my role. And I'd say that's just the recipe.
Excellent. Being on the road, coming to the Bayshore like this, it can often be a loud arena. What's it like for you guys playing on the road? How do you guys stay focused, especially after a bus ride?
Well, like you say, it's a long drive in, so getting that warm-up in is most important, you know, trying to get the bus legs out from under you. But I think we just try to keep it simple, just stick to our game, you know, like obviously Owen Sound's a very well-established team, but as long as we just come out ready to go from the jump, I think we'll get a good handle on the game and hopefully things just go our way.
Well, they certainly went your guys' way the last time you two met up. What does Brooklyn need to do to walk away with back-to-back wins against the North Stars?
Again, I think we just got to keep it simple and just play to our structure. You know, we have a young team, very athletic, and you know, we like to push the ball at the floor. So I think as long as we just play our game and keep it simple, then good things usually happen our way. So.
Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned here on Rogers TV for the next period of play.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for our next show where my guest will be Ross Kentner, Mayor of Meaford. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
This is a perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the set of Attack Wrap. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. We have officially wrapped the show for the year, the final episode just being taped. Make sure you tune in here on Rogers TV for all of your Attack action. And don't forget, on May 26th, it's a Sunday, we've got the Owen Sound Attack Barbecue. You can come out to that. It'll be hosted at the Bayshore as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And we'll see you next season for another round of Attack Wrap and another season of Owen Sound Attack Hockey.
Join us next time. We'll be joined by Lacey Mooney to learn more about what's happening at the Roxy Theatre.
And Renee will be here from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter with an adoptable animal looking for a forever home on Grey County Life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. Steve will be right back, but before he does, we'll take a quick kind of look back on this period. 5 goals for the North Stars, 5 goals for the Merchants. North Stars not quite handling it too well at the beginning of the game there, but they're able to come back quickly. Merchants, of course, opening the scoring, and the North Stars. Well, we've got Steve here now. Steve, we've got about 30 seconds. Let me just ask you. It's clearly busy being a general manager of a lacrosse team. I know general manager of the MSL team, but you know what these guys go through. What do they need here in this last kind of 2 periods to really get past this really star-studded Brooklyn team? Well, they just have to play within themselves and not get overextended where they're making mental errors that lead to physical errors. So. Yeah, they can't take penalties against this team, and certainly ones that are we would probably deem needless. That's first and foremost. And other than that, yeah, they have to take advantage. They did a good job when they had opportunities. They buried, and they just have to really tighten things up and make sure they win the little battles. Have that ball. If you have the ball, the other team can't score. So it's a pretty simple game sometimes. Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned here on Rogers TV for the second period of play.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
I lost my job recently, and it's been tough to keep my spirits up. I feel like I'm failing my family. Your prayers have given me renewed hope and guidance. You were there for me in my darkest moments, shining a guiding light. Thankful to say, our prayers have been answered.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine. The white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena for tonight's OLA Senior B match between the Owen Sound North Stars and the Brooklyn Merchants. 20 minutes of game so far, 5-on-5 and 5-2-5. Love the, I'm gonna try to come up with a few more of these 5 versus 5 punts as long as the score stays this way. But with how these teams have been playing, I don't think it will be. We had some pretty early goals in the first period and scoring stayed fairly consistent throughout that period. Rob Cloper coming up with that, sending that off for Summers Thompson.
Yeah, another great draw by Carson Stevenson. He's really dominated here this afternoon.
Summers Thompson dropping that one, but able to use his body to box out, and Owen Dale coming up with it for Owen Sound. Dale trying to get that pick. McNabb sends it across the floor. Cascanet, he's got a lane, right in tight, tries to get a low shot. Barfoot, shot scores! An excellent goal by Wyatt Barfoot.
Again, just a great hustle play all the way around. Jordan Cascanet using his speed, turned the corner, was able to get a relatively good shot on Lucas Coote, who went down to make the save, but the rebound came out, and Wyatt Barfoot with Johnny on the spot there, kept going to the net and picked it up, buried it, and then took a hit for good measure after the fact.
Just an excellent goal. You saw, I think he picked up the ball and got the ball off, all with his feet still in the air. So just a fantastic hustle play, both from Cascanet and Barfoot. And now the North Stars leading 6-5. Millsap sends that across. Power shot, scores! Right over the shoulder. And Owen Sound goes up by 2 early into the second period.
Yeah, again, just a great individual effort of Gordie Power, using some speed coming off the sidewall there. And again, if Lucas Coote has a weakness, he really covers the bottom half of the net well, but he will dip his shoulders. And right there, Gordie was able to go upstairs with not a great angle, and Lucas left that corner open, and Gordie Power made sure he buried it.
Well, I think the next time we get an opportunity to interview the North Stars, we'll have to ask head coach Phil Dempsey what he puts in the Kool-Aid during the first intermission, because clearly it's working. Merchant's shot up and out of play. North Stars going to collect this ball. Tanner Sudan across the floor. Braden Kruger able to connect with Jake Doolittle. McNabb trying to get past his man. He's going to get hit from both directions here, and a great hit there. Owen Sound's going to get a call. I don't know if I saw it there. Gordie Power, a huge hit against the boards. Long shot here, saved by Caleb Martin. Now they're going to call Gordie Power.
They're giving him an interference call here, so
we'll have to take a look at the replay. I think the ball was still close enough as he goes in to scoop it up. I don't know if maybe a boarding call perhaps. I'm not sure I see an interference though.
Well, it was tough to call, but it certainly, as a player, Gordie has to anticipate that it looked like he had picked up the ball with one hand, and he should be fair game. I think the fact that it was near the boards, had the referee think that maybe it deserved a call.
Shot scores, Brooklyn Merchants, number 5, Ed Renaud.
But again, it's just typical of the Merchants score at will on the power play, and that's another, ill-advised penalty, although, you can't fault the effort, but it's 200 feet from your net and not a scoring opportunity for the other team. And, every time you take one of those, you might as well chalk one up on the board.
Owen Sound back to even strength, still leading by 1 goal as Carson Stevenson takes the face-off dot. He's going to win this one back. And they're going to award that to Brooklyn as Parker Pfeiffer sends that across the floor. Goodchild playing catch. And they're going to call a high stick here in the defensive zone. I think this ball will go back to Owen Sound, it looks like. So number 11, Tyler Goodchild, he's going to be heading to the box for a high sticking call. He's shaking his head, doesn't like that call. And
I think he got the head of his stick up around the cage of the defender as he was moving through, and sometimes when you get an iffy call one way, you're going to get an iffy call going back the other way. So it'll be up to Owen Sound to try to make hay here.
Power trying to get another high shoulder shot. Cascanet to McNabb. McNabb shot just off the arm there of Coote. And Cascanet able to pick this one up, so Owen Sound doing a great job resetting this clock. Back to McNabb. Long shot here and a very athletic save. They're going to call over and back, so that's going to, or rather, is that an in and out there, Steve?
That's back in. The defender did corral the loose ball, and when he went to fire it up the floor, he inadvertently stepped back in the crease. So
Owen Sound back with another 30 seconds in the offensive zone. Power shot, scores! Able to power it right through, and Lucas Coote can't come up with that one.
Yeah, that was...
or rather, was that Mike McLeod? I think that was Gordy Power. They got that one through.
Again, Mike McLeod setting the seal here, allowing Gordy to come around, and he did beat Lucas Coote 5-hole, which I said earlier, not likely to happen. Of course, I'm wrong as often as I'm right.
It's the curse of the broadcaster.
But again, again, that's a big goal to come back and restore this 2-goal lead against an offensively challenged Owen Sound roster.
Owen Sound knocking that into their own zone. Unfortunately, unable to win the foot race, and now Brooklyn has the ball with a fresh 30 seconds in the North Star zone.
I mean, Caleb Martin did a heads-up play, came out of his crease to corral that ball, but then threw an errant pass.
Good bouncing shot there. They're going to reset that clock, and now the Merchants get another 30 seconds. Devin Pfeiffer. Pick done by Parker Pfeiffer. Devin across, back to Parker. Twisting, turning, gets that pass off. Right out in front, shot, and a good save by Caleb Martin on Tyler Goodchild. Martin's gonna send this up the floor, and he can't come up with it, so now the North Stars are gonna be back on defense. They're a little bit sloppy here right now. Right out in front, great shot, and a better save by Caleb Martin. Now the North Stars up the floor, trying to change the script here. Jake Doolittle slowing things up. He's going to let his team change and get out. Another errant pass. It's going to go up and out of play. I'm not sure where these passes are intended to go, but now Owen Sound is going to be back on defense.
Yeah, they're just not very cohesive in transition, and you can't continue to give the Merchants offensive opportunities.
Barfoot knocking that into the offensive zone, killing a little bit of time, but the Merchants back with it again. Doolittle trying to stop this play, shot, scores!
Yeah. Again, that's a tough one to give up. It was a real nice shot, but it was probably from 50 feet out, and again, opportunities late in the shot clock. You want to try to eliminate those.
Certainly a goal that I think Owen Sound would want back. I think Caleb Martin would probably want a shot like that back as well, and Owen Sound luckily still with a 1-goal lead for them. Carson Stevenson heading to the dot. They're going to win this one back. Rob Klopfer coming up with it. He's going to circle back into his own zone. He's got Owen Dale. Owen's going to go for a change. Klopfer looking. Rob Klopfer sends that bounce across the floor. He's going to use his body to protect McMillan. He's going to send that over for Cascanet. They've got 14 seconds left. Cascanet takes a stick to the head, shakes it off. Low shot here. Tries to roll that one through. Owen Sound coming out with it. Shot. And now the Merchants taking this up into the offensive zone. Owen Sound not transitioning too quickly here, but they're able to get all their defenders out, and now the Merchants are going to send their players to the bench to bring out their attackers. Right out in front here, Brooklyn shot. And able to come up with that one is Braden Kruger.
I think he was 3 feet in the crease when he let that shot go with no call.
Yeah, it looked like it. Here goes Noah Millsap. Using his speed, gets around one defender and gets shouldered off his lane, so he's going to send a high ball out for Cascanet. Cascanet sends a quick pass in for McMillan. McMillan finds Barfoot. Barfoot right out in front, tries to find Cascanet, nothing doing. Parker Pfeiffer getting slashed in the hands. He's trying to call something. Now he's going to go after Millsap. And Millsap using his aggression here well, playing some strong defense. Brooklyn only just now getting into the zone with half the shot clock gone already. Devin Pfeiffer sends that pass across. Knocked off the ball. And a good save there by Caleb Martin. He's going to come up with it. Millsap, a hard-fought shift. He's going to head to the bench.
And again, Owen Sound's got to do a better job getting off the floor so they can create a transition. Like, again, they've just turned it over for poor execution.
Power can't quite get in front of that one. Robert Morgan's going to carry this one in. Right out in front here, Brooklyn shot. Good save by Caleb Martin. Doolittle's going to pick this one up. They're not gonna call anything here. Just a couple of players pushing and shoving just a little bit. Sudan with it now in the offensive zone. Pass back door, can't connect with McMillan. And they're going to turn this right back over to the Merchants. Merchants are going to head up the floor with speed now. John Weller, pass back door, deflected by Owen Sound. Can't come back up with it, trying to catch it. Owen Sound does. Now you've got Mazzucato sending that off for Clofer. Clofer's got McNabb. He's going to send it across the floor. McMillan can't come up with it. Gets a second chance. Still can't. McMillan's trying to get it. Brooklyn comes up with it. Now they're transitioning up the floor. I don't think we've seen either team be able to set up a system here for the last minute and a half.
No, but again, we had a 3-on-2 set up there for the North Stars, and Rob Clofer couldn't execute a good pass for Jordan McMillan to handle. Again, just these little things that, again, tend to come back and haunt you.
Pfeiffer sends that one in low. Right out in front, shot. Big save by Caleb Martin as he shuffles, and he's going to
turn it over
send
again.
That one right up over top, and another turnover. A hard hit by Wyatt Barfoot, but unable to come up with that ball, and now they're going to get a very gracious change of possession here. Owen Sound, we've got Mike McNabb. Shot behind the back. Cascanet sends that one 3 feet wide.
Again, they're really going to burn out the defense here if they can't get an offensive set and have use up some of this 30-second clock. We've got guys that are been out there for a number of minutes in a row here, it seems.
Summers Thompson didn't quite see where that ball goes. Now right out in front, having to make a huge save. Caleb Martin able to get that.
What's that? Yeah.
Barfoot, McMillan, Cascanet. Now they're trying to slow this game down just a little bit and give their defense a quick breath, a drink of water. Good work here. McMillan able to get around 3 players and takes that shot just off the goalie. We're waiting to see who comes up with this before the clock resets. It's going to be lost out the back, and Parker Pfeiffer's going to pick that one up, and Brooklyn's going to head up the floor. Nolan Ruddy leading the way. Ruddy tries to pass that back door for Justin Bragg, can't quite get it. Caleb Martin sending this up the floor. They've got Braden Kruger. Kruger's going to slow this down. He's going to send it off for the feisty Noah Millsap. Kruger's going to head off. Barfoot will come out. Gordy Power out with him as well. Cascanet with the ball. Jake McNabb trying to call for it. Cascanet sends that one in. McNabb shot. Great save there by Coot. Coot's going to send that ball up the floor. Braden McGregor with it. McGregor sends that in. The Merchants setting up now. Morgan sends that across. Watts. Good child. Long shot here, easy save for Caleb Martin. Right up over top. We're going to get a call, it looks like a foot in the crease perhaps.
Yeah, the Merchant player stepped in the crease as he was attempting to corral that loose ball. So, again, a pretty tired Owen Sound squad here. Only going with 15 runners tonight, so they obviously a depleted roster, and with the junior Bees playing tonight, they had no call-off opportunities there, and I'm not sure where if the junior Cs are active this week, where they weren't able to get any players, or whether these were all late-minute scratch type of situation.
Jordan Cascanet with speed. Finds McMillan. McMillan, that one's knocked loose. And then Owen Sound's going to take a late hit there. They're going to fire that stick right into the numbers of the Merchants, and they're going to turn that ball over. So now Brooklyn with the ball. Parker Pfeiffer He'll send that one in. Merchant still with it. Devin Pfeiffer up to Ed Renaud. 1 goal already this game. Doolittle taking this up for the North Stars. Across the floor finds Kruger. Kruger's going to bounce that forward for Jake McNabb. McNabb's going to slow this down. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Cascanet with speed. He's going to slow this one down. He's going to turn. Takes that shot through traffic. It's going to go all the way down the floor, and we're hoping that Caleb Martin can get there. We'll take a moment and thank Boston Pizza for providing all of the crew refreshments here this evening for Rogers TV. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can find them at 1606 16th Street East, Owen Sound, or call them at 519-370-2003, or visit their website at www.bostonpizza.com. Thank you, Boston Pizza, for all of your support of OLA Senior B lacrosse. Mazzucato sends that across the floor. McNabb with it. McNabb's got Power. Power, a strong pick. McNabb, low shot. Power trying to come up with it. Coote able to corral that one with his big goalie stick. Now off the foot. Owen Sounds Barfoot can't pick it up, so he's going to send that right back. And now Parker Pfeiffer's going to pick this ball up for the Merchants again. A couple of turnovers there, and back where the ball started. Renaud trying to use his speed to get around Klopfer. Renaud still with it. Sends that over, long shot, scores! Trent Boyd able to find the back of the net. So a former MSL player playing well here for the Merchants as he ties this game back up 8 apiece with about 8 minutes left in the second period.
Again, Rob Klopfer did a good job of containing Eddie Renaud as he went to the net. And you had a situation where Carson Stevenson had no business going over and trying to, he didn't create a double. He left his own player and they created that scoring lane, and it's in the back of the net. You just have to trust your teammates, and Klopp had a good job on contain there, and he didn't need the help.
Caleb Martin sending this up the floor. Summers Thompson, he's going to carry this up slowly for the North Stars. Sends that across the floor, finds McLeod. McMillan across Cascanet, low shot, can't get that one to go. Cascanet with his own rebound shot, and just off the glove, maybe off the post. And we've got an injured North Star down now on the floor in Brooklyn's territory. Brooklyn shot, and that save is going to knock the glove off of Caleb Martin, and it looks like maybe McLeod. I don't know if he can even stand up right now. Can't quite see the number there on the back, but I think that is Mike McLeod. Yep. And he is struggling to get off the floor. You can see Owen Sounds trainer Kat there coming out to help him off, along with Captain Wyatt Barfoot. We'll take a look at the rebound here. So just planted, and oh no.
Yeah.
No contact whatsoever, so that's that is likely not a good injury for him. He's able to walk off. We'll hope it's just a cramp or something like that, but one plant to the foot, and down he went. So we'll see what happens with him. If he's out on the floor again, then he might be all right.
Well, unless there's amputation required, you can count Mike McLeod being back out on the floor. I mean, he is a warrior. His body is broken down, yet for the sake of the team, being one of the leaders on this team for a number of years, he's out there giving it his all every week. And no doubt we'll see him back out there today.
Well, McLeod taking a quick seat there and giving it a rest. And we'll actually hear from Mike McLeod during the second intermission. And so we have an interview with him coming up. Carson Stevenson lining up for this draw. Looks like he'll be up against Robert Morgan. So Carson Stevenson, he's been good on the draw, and he's good again, sending that back for Mazzucato. Mazzucato's going to slow things up and find Klopfer. Klopfer's going to send that forward. McMillan in, Barfoot behind the net. Right out in front, shot by Cascanet. That one doesn't go, but a great pass. Ryan McNabb, now Watts is in. He's going to send that across for Polera, back to Watts. Polera, twisting, turning. Doolittle's on him. Doolittle knocks him to the ground. He's going to find Watts again. Merchant still with the ball. Great move there, shot. That's going to go wide. Goaltender trying to get there to send this down into Owen Sound zone, and Cooten is able to get that ball away. Right out in front, shot.
Oh. Now, I don't know how there's not a checking from behind on that call as he released it. If those weren't his back numbers, I'm not sure what they were, so that's probably a missed call there. Luckily, the player wasn't injured, but we see a lot less get called for a lot more.
Millsap with a strong play for the North Stars. Now the North Stars on the defense, and a great save by Caleb Martin. Martin with a few options here, and he's going to find Rob Klopfer. Klopfer's got Powers in all alone. Power picks it up.
Again, just a missed opportunity without being able to execute in transition. It's pretty elementary stuff. They've got to just hone in on their fundamentals here and eliminate these turnovers.
Goodchild, backhand pass. North Stars come up with it, and that's going to get knocked right out of the hands of Mazzucato. That shot goes wide. That's not a great play there by the North Stars, as they're lucky that that ball bounces up and out of play off of a Brooklyn Merchant stick last. So now the North Stars heading up with it. Mazzucato sends another pass wide, and now Owen Sound will be back on defense. Powers can't stop his man, so Mazzucato doesn't get to change. Cascanet now on defense.
Yes, but 3 possessions in a row here. They've been unable to advance the ball into the offensive zone.
Pfeiffer out in front, shot, scores! Devin Pfeiffer.
There they go. They take advantage of having Jordan Castaneda on the back door, and Devin Pfeiffer beats him underneath, and a couple nice moves and deposit it. So again, we talked about the little things that the North Stars have to make sure they do in order to win this game, and they're not doing them here the last 5 minutes. They just continuously turning the ball over, not being able to create any offense, obviously, because they don't have the ball. And then we get a mismatch there, and for the first time in quite a while, they're down now on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Owen Sound came out firing in the second period, going up by 2 goals, and now they're going to find themselves chasing the score for the last 4:40 of this period. Stevenson winning another draw back. He's been on fire with those draws. Picking that up is Barfoot. Doesn't quite have the speed to get around his man, so he's going to slow this up. He'll take a hit to make a play. Okay. And he's going to lose that ball. So now Owen Sound, a slow transition, no targets for Barfoot, and because of it, the Merchants have the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Wyatt saw or didn't see there, but again, he can't allow himself to get trapped in a double and turn the ball over once again.
Klopfer trying to block any shot. That one's going to go wide. Klopfer looking at his man, and the ball's going to bounce up and into the North Stars bench. And now we've got McNabb picking this one up for the North Stars, looking to tie this game up again. McNabb with a first period hat trick. In fact, a hat trick in the first 9 minutes of the game. McNabb back with it. He's feeling the offense tonight. And right out in front, they're going to call some illegal contact, so yeah, shot wouldn't have counted anyways. And now Merchants right out in front, shot, and a goal. Merchants score again.
That's another goal off a turnover. You know, whether it's a mental mistake or a physical mistake, it's starting to take their toll. And this is reminiscent of the last time the Merchants and the Owen Sound played. I think we had a 1-goal game with 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. Merchants scored 5 goals in that 3.5 minute span to really open up the score.
Well, Devin Pfeiffer, another fantastic goal there. You can see him just get that up over the shoulder of Caleb Martin. Kirsten Stevenson helping the Owen Sound North Stars try to come up with this one. It looks like the Merchants are going to end up walking away with possession right out in front. Now the Merchants breakaway shot, scores! Number 11, Tyler Goodchild, able to make that a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, it looks like they're well on their way to popping up another 5 or 6 in the last 3.5 minutes. It's just, again, the inability to come up with the loose balls. I mean, both teams are battling hard for it, but we ended up with a 2-on-1, and you get Goodchild, who was all alone. Nobody looked behind him. You let a guy leak in like that, it's going to be, the result will be what you just saw in the net.
Well, I really liked, the Merchants there. They played a good style. They were willing to take a hit to make a play, and because of it, they put themselves ahead by 3 goals here late in the second period.
Yeah, we've got 4 unanswered goals here, 4 or 5. I think it's 5. I think we were. Yeah, Mikey actually was out. He was the guy that got called for the illegal pick the last time they actually had the ball in the offensive zone, which resulted in a goal against. And now we've got Mikey going to take the draw, give Carson Stevenson a bit of a breather. It takes a lot out of you to be out there bending over and battling for within the circle. So
looks like maybe just a little bit of muscle tape there as McLeod battles hard. Now Summers Thompson, he's going to get back and support Caleb Martin. So injured, back out on the floor. And McLeod coming up big on that faceoff. Owen Sound needing some small wins here. McNabb with the ball. Millsap, cross for Cascanet. Finds McMillan. Cascanet out in front, shot! Scores! Cascanet!
And again, great job moving the ball down low, getting the defenders to look away. As soon as they looked away, Jordan Cascanet was able to blow by him, get the return pass, and make a couple nice moves and beat Lucas Coote.
You can see here a great pass down low there, and McMillan, just a wonderful quick play. Cascanet, lots of patience. Off one post, off the other post, and in the back of the net. So
yeah, nice pass by Jordan. Yeah, and again, a heady play to make sure you throw it past and be ready to take it. And Jordan had no hesitation whatsoever. He had a plan of what he wanted to do, and he executed outstanding.
Barfoot connects with McLeod. McLeod shot right up into the armpit there of Coots, handcuffed him a little bit. Now the Merchants up the floor. Shot here, good save, Caleb Martin off that low shot.
Again, the Merchants are a young athletic team, and you can't give them those opportunities in transition. They can really move it up with their legs. So.
Rob Clopford connecting with Noah Millsap. Millsap finds Cascanet. Cascanet. And a good play there. Merchants with the ball behind the net. They're able to connect and carry this up the floor.
And this will be a big last minute 45 seconds here to see if they can hold the Merchants lead to 2 here.
Merchants with the ball in tight. And a good play there. Owen Sound picking that one up. So Sudan able to pick that pass off. Now Cascanet with the shot. Back door. Shot, backhand. And that one's not going to go. And now the Merchants with one. Devin Pfeiffer, who's lethal tonight with the ball. He's going to go behind the net, right out in front. Long shot. And now Mazzucato. It's him and McNabb. He's going to slow this down and bring Clopfer into the play. Clopfer's going to slow down as well. He's going to try to get a few more offensive-minded players out here. And Millsap's going to pick this one up. Millsap to McNabb. McNabb, he's got a man on. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. McNabb gets taken down here. Millsap unable to come up with that. And now Owen Sound, they're going to be on defense. A good pass there. It's going to find its way to Robert Morgan. Morgan's going to flip that off for Watts. Back to the Merchants here. Swings out front, shot, great save, Caleb Martin. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here called by Owen Sound as soon as they come up with it.
Yeah, they'll be able to go 6-on-5 now for the last 17 seconds, see if they can't be able to draw something up here to capitalize and get it to a one-goal game.
We'll take a look here at the league scoring. You can see Ed Renaud for Brooklyn is sitting up there in first place right now with the senior OLA points. 5 games played, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points. I think he's only got 1 goal here so far this evening. You got Parker Pfeiffer there for Brooklyn, 5 games played, 10 and 12. And another 2 Brooklyn players, Devin Pfeiffer as well, 4 games played, 9 and 11, and Christian Watts, he's got 8 and 12. So fewer games played lower down the list for Brooklyn, but you can tell that these guys are offensive juggernauts, and Owen Sound is doing a pretty good job at keeping their own. Going 1 for 1 for the most part, most of this game. Of course, somewhere between 3 or 5 unanswered goals from Brooklyn, unfortunately, and Owen Sound's going to find themselves trailing by 2. They're going to go empty net here with about 19 seconds left to play in the second period. Wyatt Barfoot's going to start with this ball in Owen Sound zone. 6-on-5 for the North Stars. 15 seconds left to play. He's going to connect. McMillan. Barfoot, McMillan down low, Cascadet, 5 seconds left. He's got to make something happen, sends that in tight. Hard shot by McLeod, picks up the rebound shot. No goal, great save there by Lucas Coote.
Yeah, great effort. Mike McLeod had a great A scoring chance, and then Brandon McMillan also, Johnny on the spot there for the rebound, and with about a second to go, hit one that Lucas Coote had another big save to make.
Well, a hard-fought period there. Owen Sound going up by 2 goals at one point, now finding themselves trailing by 2 goals. 6 goals in favor of the Merchants, 4 goals in favor of the North Stars as both teams head to the dressing room. And head coach Phil Dempsey is going to give them a quick pep talk as they head into a third period that's certainly going to have to be a hard-fought one. We'll be right back on Rogers TV with an interview from the Owen Sound North Stars.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
I battle with addiction of prescription drugs since my mom passed. Please tell God I'm sorry, and I really just want to feel his love right now. I don't want to kill myself. Can you please pray for me?
gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. I'm joined here by Owen Sound North Stars number 7, Mike McLeod. Mike, you play defense with the North Stars. What does it take to be a strong defenseman in a game that has so much transition play?
With the speed of the game, communication is a huge part of the defense. So that being said, obviously we go over the systems before the game, so we're all on the same page. And then it starts in the back, in the net with Caleb Martin in there tonight. So we believe in him. And
excellent. I mean, being in a community center, and we've got little fans and little kids all over the place. They're on the floor between periods. What's it like playing in this kind of environment where you guys are so accessible to the kids?
I mean, Owen Sound's a great spot for lacrosse, and you can see it with the youth that come out, and all the more reason for us to put it on the line and put on a good show for them.
A hard-fought, high-scoring match the last time you guys faced off against Brooklyn. What do you guys need to do to finally get over that hump and defeat them this year?
I think defense is key in this game. We had a 5-minute or even 3-minute hiccup in the second period that kind of led to 5 goals, and they took advantage of it. So I think if we play a full 60 tonight, we'll be in good shape.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the Owen Sound North Stars take on the Brooklyn Merchants here on Rogers TV, and we'll be right back with the next period of play. Thanks so much.
Baking for Change is coming this fall, and I'm your host, Wendy Pauls. We'll feature some of Canada's best bakers like Jen and Astor, sharing their favorite recipes. And you can bake along with us at home, while supporting refugee youth like Crystal. And the amazing work of UNICEF Canada.
Check for days and times.
On Rogers TV.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Tiffany James, the host of Her Story. Join us on Rogers TV as I interview various women in our community on how they found success in their own way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. Steve, a pretty back and forth period there. Owen Sound getting up by 2, and then, of course, that lead going back in favor of the Merchants. What does Owen Sound need to do here? I mean, of course, we've talked about their shortened roster. How can they use that maybe to their advantage to win this game?
I don't know there's any way to use it to your advantage. There's fatigue is definitely set in. They had a really hard time transitioning the ball up the floor late, and that led to a quick 3-goal run in probably a minute and a half. They need to take care of the ball, regardless of how fatigued they are. They can't continue to have turnovers. They're in a tight game. They've played real hard. They've played well. They've taken advantage of some of their own scoring opportunities, but you cannot continuously let the Merchants have the ball. They're just too skilled on offense.
Excellent. Well, we'll take a look here. I think Caleb Martin. He's been standing pretty tall in this game. I think we've seen a few pretty big saves from him. Is this the kind of game that you would expect him to shine in? Is he, one of those athletic goalies the same way we see in Lucas Coots, or, does he thrive more in those kind of close combat areas?
Well, he is exceptionally good close in, but I think a lot of it lends it to his ability to use his reflexes. He's not a big guy. I mean, he's certainly got some height to him, but he's rather slight build. There is some room up and down the pipes, and he does an outstanding job of moving to where the ball is shot. So he doesn't just take a position and hope it hits him. He moves towards the ball, and yeah, he's again, like any goalie, he'd like to have a couple back, but he's been again outstanding tonight.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this break with the third period between the Owen Sound North Stars and Brooklyn Merchants.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
It hurts every day. Each post feels like a dagger. I thought they were my friends. There's no escape. But thanks to your prayer line, you listened and you cared. I found hope in Jesus.
I did it.
I need it.
A hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm David Sherman, host of Politically Speaking. Politically Speaking is interviews with your politicians on Rogers TV. 7 o'clock, Thursday evening. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third period of action here at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in J.D. MacArthur Arena. Owen Sound North Stars playing host to the Brooklyn Merchants, finding themselves down by 2 goals as Wyatt Barfoot carries this into the offensive zone. He gets doubled there, and now the Merchants are up the floor.
Again, Wyatt's got to move that ball. I mean, he's been a warrior tonight playing both ends of the floor, but that's the second or third time he's allowed himself to get caught in the double and just turns it over. So he's better off to toss it back into his end and rather than give the Merchants an opportunity in transition.
Owen Dale playing some hard defense. Carson Stevenson knocking his man off the ball. And Brooklyn's going to come up with this. 1 second left. He's going to drop the ball. It's going to remain in Brooklyn's zone, so Owen Sound getting an advantageous change of possession here. Picking that up there are the Owen Sound North Stars, number 17, Gordy Power. Mazzucato sending that back for Power. Gordy Power sends that in low. Cascanet able to come up with that rebound. Cascanet sends that in low. Shot! Good save by Lucas Coots.
And a great pick and roll executed there with Cascanet, who took the brush, got it into his teammate, and they had a great scoring chance.
Morgan sends that over for Watts. Watts fakes the pass. Watts tries to get that one in tight. Trent Boyd can't come up with it as Owen Sound knocks that one loose. Now it's a battle in the corner. Watts coming up with it. Backdoor pass, good save by Caleb Martin. He's going to knock that forward. Owen Sound able to come up with it. Summers Thompson wheeling and dealing. A great move there to get around one player, and now he's going to send this up into the offensive zone. He's going to carry it in himself, in fact, still battling. Now he'll flip that off for Cascanet, and we're going to get a call here going against Brooklyn. So Caleb Martin's going to find his way to the bench to get out an extra attacker. Here comes Wyatt Barfoot. And now Cascanet, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They don't want to waste this opportunity. McMillan's got to get this ball away.
That might be another penalty coming. It should be a hold.
So we may, in fact, see two here. For sure one, and it looks like they're just going to call the one. So
Jordan McMillan got grabbed on pretty well there when he went to shoot that ball. So
Quinn Highland finding his way to the box. He's going to sit for a couple of minutes. They're giving him 5 minutes perhaps for a high stick.
So this is a great opportunity here. Owen Sound wants to make sure they take care of the ball. Don't do anything careless with it. You know, make sure there's not any long rebounds or they get caught in transition, because this is a great opportunity to get back into this game.
Now the North Stars battling. McNabb, oh, he wanted to take that shot, sends it over to Cascanet. Backhand pass, back to Cascanet. Cascanet, low shot. Sends a riser right up into the midsection of Lucas Coots. Coots gonna try to send this all the way down the floor. And Owen Sound's going to come up with it. Great work there by Braden Kruger. Now Cascanet carrying this ball up. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Cascanet sends that over to McMillan. Down low, McNabb. Backdoor pass, McMillan shot, scores!
Again, nice ball movement going east to west. A little skip pass there across the box. Jordan McMillan looked one way and came back short side, and Lucas Coot might have been following the eyes of Jordan McMillan on that shot, but he guessed one way and Jordan beat him under the glove going into the low, the short side. And that's a big goal for them to bring this within one, and lots of time left, 4:11 on this major.
Well, great work there. Jordan McMillan able to find the back of the net. They're going to remain on this power play as well, so Owen Sound. Some more opportunities here. You can see some of the young guys getting involved in the stands there. The junior Bs, of course, coming up on Rogers TV about an hour after this game concludes. Carson Stevenson staying in the dots up against number 18, Lucas Renzetti of the Brooklyn Merchants. Stevenson trying to get this one away. Renzetti kicks it over against the board, so Kloper will come up with it. And Carson Stevenson with a great hit there. Summers Thompson sends that forward for Wyatt Barfoot. Barfoot with 20 seconds. He'll get set up here. McMillan to Cascanet. Cascanet finds McNabb. Cascanet to McMillan. Shot! And able to hold that one in the twig with his knee is Lucas Coot. Coot's going to carry this as far up the floor as he can. Barfoot can't quite cut off that pass. Now you've got Devin Pfeiffer in. He's going to flip that one back for Parker Pfeiffer. Parker's going to try to kill off the last 12 seconds or so of this. Instead, he's going to run towards the net. Can't quite get around Jordan Cascanet. He's going to try again, though. And he does. He gets around. Shot! And foot in the crease, so that wouldn't have counted even had it have gone in. Jordan Cascanet picking this ball up. He's going to carry this up the floor now for the North Stars. Jordan Cascanet finds McNabb. McNabb now playing the point. Cascanet right out in front. Shot, scores, McMillan! Back-to-back goals to tie this game up. 11 apiece.
Again, very well executed ball movement, finding Jordan McMillan in behind. And Jordan, again, being very patient, made sure he found a spot and put it where he wanted it, and Lucas Coot was at his mercy.
And it looks like Mike McLeod just heading over, quick chat with the referee, I think, just to confirm.
I think they made an announcement that Jake McNabb had a goal previous where it was, again, Jordan McMillan, so he was probably just letting them know that Nabber will have to wait for his fourth of the night.
That's what you look for in a leader on the team. You got to make sure everybody gets their their fair share.
Especially Jordan McMillan, who's another veteran in the same era as Mike McLeod. So the fraternity stands tall together.
Brooklyn coming up with this one. Watts carrying it into the offensive zone. They're going to try to kill a little bit of time off. In fact, they're back to 5-on-5 with both goals being scored. That penalty, that 5-minute penalty, will go away. Long shot here. Caleb Martin coming up with it. Good work. Summers Thompson taking a stick up in the face. No call.
Again, that's in front of two referees. It's tough to take as a defender, you know, where you get called for a lot of ticky-tack stuff inside. There's another stick.
And Doolittle's going to get that call now against him.
Yeah.
So one stick in the face, another stick in the face, and Doolittle's going to get this call now. Owen Sound's going down a man.
And again, it was,
certainly was a penalty. Like, we're not saying Doolittle doesn't deserve a penalty here, but perhaps the call going both ways would have been sufficient on that play.
Well, I don't
previous play.
I don't think Owen Sound's been successful yet on a penalty kill. Right now would be the time they want to be able to shut the door here after working so hard and diligently to get back to even here at 11, and be ashamed to give that back up. But again, the Merchants are potent on the man up, and Owen Sound best bet might be able to score when on transition on the man down, at least to offset anything that coming from the Merchants' way.
Devin Pfeiffer starting this one off for the Merchants. Quickly moving this ball down low. Right in tight. Renaud, pass, shot. Caleb Martin coming up with that one. He's going to try to spring a man. Instead, he'll slow this one down and kind of bounce and roll this ball all the way up the floor. And now there's going to be a battle. McLeod, or rather McNabb, can't come up with that. And so Pfeiffer's going to send this one back into the offensive zone.
Again, they got a lot of work to do in their transition ball movement. You can't afford to be tossing the ball down the floor. And
right out in front, shot, scores!
And there we go. So an opportunity to kill 30 seconds off. They killed about 10, and first chance down, it goes in the net.
Well, the continued dominance of the Brooklyn Merchants power play is the story last game. It's the story this game as well. Brooklyn's special teams quite effective. Owen Sound's penalty kill leaving a little bit to be desired.
Well, you can't defend a power play when you're going to give them a minute 40 out of the 2 minutes. And Brooklyn hasn't needed that kind of time because they've been striking early in them. But again, that's just every extra opportunity you give them, you're playing with fire, and as a result.
Great work there, Stevenson. Unfortunately, Brooklyn's going to catch that one. They're going to turn it over, though, as Sudan now takes this up the floor. Flipping that over for Wyatt Barfoot. Owen Sound down by a goal in the third period. Jordan Cascanet finds Barfoot. Barfoot sends that low. McMillan. And they're going to call a slash here against Brooklyn on the hands of McMillan. He's going to send that shot a little bit wide, and now Owen Sound going to the power play. So special teams playing a big part in this game here this evening. We got looks like number 10 Christian Watts got caught there on defense and used his stick a little bit too effectively as he is heading to the box here. You can see number 17 Quinn Highland still there for the 5-minute call. He doesn't get to leave just because of the 2 goals, but they don't have to play a man down anymore. Jordan Cascanet finds Barfoot, back to Cascanet, across the floor, low shot. Good work there by McNabb, can't come up with it. Barfoot knocks that loose. Merchants pick it back up. Barfoot deflects the pass again, and now Cascanet trying to pick this one up.
This has to be 10 seconds. Yeah.
So they're going to call that. Now McMillan is going to send that over to Cascanet as they reset that clock.
Yeah, great pressure by Owen Sound there to create that turnover and force the 10-second violation.
Cascanet.
They gave it right back with an over in the back call. So, well, actually, sorry, this is not MSL rules, so they get to come back and play. So I'll eat my words on that one.
Well, it's understandable. MSL will be up here next weekend on Rogers TV. Yeah. June 1st, the home opener for the Owen Sound North Stars MSL team, also known as Senior A, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, 2 p.m. First Senior A game here in Owen Sound since 1995. So
wow.
We hope we get a number of people out to celebrate the occasion and watch a group of real good young men ply their trade, going against a very strong Brooklyn Lacrosse club in the opponent.
Great battle down low there. Parker Pfeiffer battling with number 18 Owen Dale. Owen Sound still on the power play though.
Yeah, they'll get one more possession here, so got about 20 seconds to work with.
Jordan Cascanet carrying this one in, finds Barfoot. Rather Millsap. Right out in front, shot! McMillan can't get that one to go, and they're gonna turn this one over. 5 seconds left in the power play. Brooklyn's gonna carry this up the floor, even strength. And they're gonna flip that off. Christian Watts back on the floor with the ball. He's gonna send that across the way. Merchants still with possession, 10 seconds left. Carson Stevenson trying to play defense here. Does a good job. And a great save by Caleb Martin coming across the floor. Now Noah Millsap. He's got a few players in deep. Millsap's gonna stay out. Barfoot's gonna come on. Mike McLeod back on the floor. Jordan McMillan is gonna go up to Noah Millsap. Millsap's gonna use his speed and long legs right out in front. McMillan shot just off the shoulder of Lucas Coots.
And great look by Noah Millsap to find him breaking.
Here goes Zach Smiley. Takes that long bouncing shot and a good save by Caleb Martin. Martin's gonna find Doolittle. Doolittle's gonna send that one over, and he's gonna find Jordan Cascanet, who slowly carries this one in. North Stars still down by 1 with 10 minutes left to play in the third period. Cascanet twisting, turning, gets knocked off balance a little bit. Takes a long, low shot with 1 second left on the shot clock. Not probably how he envisioned that play going.
No, he didn't get any help from the guys on the right side. They were all very stationary, weren't moving off ball, looking to pick off ball to find a lane. And Cascanet really was left on his own and just elected to let a shot go.
Barfoot coming up with that loose ball, finds Rob Klopfer. Klopfer's got McNabb, able to find Noah Millsap. Millsap gets around 1. Slows this one down, finds Jordan McMillan. Summers Thompson staying low in the North Star zone. Ball right out in front, backhand shot, a great shot. Almost finds a little bit of room over the shoulder. McMillan gonna come up with it, sends that one low. McLeod, and unfortunately didn't know that the clock was running out, wasn't able to get that shot away. I think he assumed there was some contact and reset the clock and thought he had a little more time than he did. Summers Thompson staying low here. He's gonna force Devin Pfeiffer to go for a run, right out in front, shot, great save.
Yeah, Summers Thompson's got to be able to cut the top off there. He can't let Pfeiffer beat him around there and be chasing to the net. He's got to stay higher and force him back down the wall.
Brad Mazzucato sending that one into the offensive zone, tries to find it right out front because Jordan Cascanet can't quite. Now the Merchants battling. Powers comes up with it, shot. And net moving there, but save made by Lucas Coots. Merchants in the offensive zone. Trent Boyd and Caleb Martin able to make that save. 8 minutes left here in the third period. Owen Sound still down by 1. Certainly a much closer game than their last outing against the Brooklyn Merchants. Owen Sound definitely still in this game. Tons of potential, could have go either way. Cascanet sends that over. Power. Rather, McMillan tries to find Cascanet out front.
Yeah, good look. That's always a tough pass right over your head to try to corral, but they have worked it efficiently earlier in the game and looking to go right back at it one more time.
Nolan Ruddy. Tons of speed and seems like a large human being, unable to get that shot away. Good hit here, Sudan. Can't make anything happen there.
Yeah, and a heads-up play by Gordy Power there. Again, rather than trying to corral the ball and expose himself to a double, he rolled it back to center where Cascanet could regroup.
Wyatt Barfoot, 6 seconds left. McMillan, long shot. That one bounces and the shot clock's gonna run out. So the Merchants are gonna pick this one up as Zach Smiley sends this up the floor. Connects with Robert Morgan. Merchants trying to find a way around the Owen Sound defense. Klopfer on his man. That ball sends across, finds Devin Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's getting harassed a little bit by Mazzucato. That ball's gonna go up and out of play. We'll thank Boston Pizza again for providing the crew refreshments for Rogers TV. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can find them at 1606 16th Street East, Owen Sound, Ontario, or call them at 519-370-2003, or visit their website at www.bostonpizza.com. Thank you, Boston Pizza, for your continued support of the Owen Sound North Stars Senior B lacrosse team. Jordan Cascanet connects with Wyatt Barfoot. Barfoot takes that shot. Caught a little bit by Merchant's stick to slow it down, but Owen Sound able to come up with this and reset the clock. Behind the net, they're going to send this one all the way out to Jordan Cascanet.
Yeah, you got the offense is pretty gassed for Owen Sound. They've pretty much had the same half a dozen guys that played offense all night here, and these long possessions are not easy on them either. Oh, that's a pretty iffy call. The player was complaining he had the stick knocked out of his hand, and the referee, after a couple thoughts, agreed with him. So I'm not sure. That one, that there is also an illegal play. A second player can't touch the stick. So, what? The Merchants have the ball.
Lots of history between these two teams. Long shot there, a good save by Caleb Martin. Martin's gonna throw that up the floor and find Owen Dale. Owen Dale's gonna carry this into the offensive zone. He's gonna slow up here and send that ball across. He finds Noah Millsap, who throws it over to Jordan Cascanet. Cascanet up against Smiley here. Cascanet runs around one man, swings, shot. Good save by Lucas Coote, another long shot on Coote, and he's able to stop that one with relative ease.
Yeah, they're going to want to, again, it's tough. Easy to talk about it up here. They're going to want to get inside again. They've had a lot of luck, you know, as most teams will. When they can get inside, it's a lot easier to score than from those long ones out. And they're going to need one here in the next 4:28 to at least push it to overtime. So I'm sure they prefer to play 60 minutes and not 70, but
I think the junior Bs would also prefer that. McMillan sends that over. McLeod shot, can't get that one to go. That's going to bounce up and out of play. Brooklyn Merchants, 4 minutes left. Only up by a single goal. This game could go either way.
And there's a break and an inadvertent pass in transition, and unfortunately, Carson Stevenson couldn't corral it, and they give up an opportunity in transition, but nonetheless, they can come down here and get set and use up. They got 24 seconds left.
A little bit of time lost.
But again, they want to take the ball down low. You don't want to continuously have the ball. There we go.
And Cascanet can't come up with that one, but he was in behind John Weller.
Yeah, really nice play by the two lefties there. They just couldn't quite connect.
Goes Smiley's gonna flip that ball off for Trent Boyd. Boyd, a highly offensive player as well. Ball goes in deep. Merchant still with it. Pfeiffer Gets around Summers Thompson. Long shot. Tons of power behind that one.
And there's a pretty silly call. Up. Now this is just, the Merchants were going to go to the power play here, and they're probably going to even it up now. So
maybe something happening here, but it looks like they're probably just going to take 2 players now. And
it looks like they're just going to stick with the one. Maybe
getting away with one there.
Well, I mean, the initial call was here, checking goaltender in the crease. So there it is right there. You cannot, that was definitely a call. And, it's one thing to go over and whisper in his ear that the next one, he won't wake up to talk about it. But, they got lucky there because, again, the retaliations were more gestures than actual scariness. So I guess the referee saw it the same way as well.
Trent Boyd grabbing 2 minutes here. He'll have about 60 seconds left to play in this game by the time his penalty's over. Unless, of course, Jordan Cascanet almost scores on that power play.
Yeah, Jordan did a great job breaking through, but when he didn't have the angle, he probably should have pulled it out and they had lots of time on the clock. He took a shot from a really bad angle where the goaltender, unless it went right through him, wasn't going to find a hole. And this really illustrates why Brooklyn's been successful in killing penalties. When they get the ball, they eat up that 30 seconds, and more often than not, they create a scoring chance out of it, where Owen Sound was continuously turning it over early in transition and giving the Merchants opportunities time and time again. So here we go again, though.
Owen Sound, 1:15 left on this power play. We'll see what they can do. Jordan Cascanet rolls that one across the floor. Connects with Powers. Powers sends out low. Pass across. Shot just under the leg of Lucas Coote. It's going to go up and out of play. Not any contact with the goalies. So unfortunately, the Merchants are going to take this down the floor and kill another 30 seconds off this power play. Owen Sound will have about 22, 23 seconds left. Parker Pfeiffer begins throwing this around the floor as the Merchants have about 8 seconds left to kill on the shot clock. They're going to just keep this one high and send a long shot in. Klopfer making sure his man knows that it was him that knocked him down. Klopfer's going to throw that forward and finds Wyatt Barfoot.
So we're pretty much right on cue here with 20 seconds left in the power play, 22 on the shot clock.
McNabb shot just wide.
And that'll end the power play.
And they're going to call that one out. And a little bit of confusion here about what's going on. We said the ball went out, and then looked like John Weller kind of messing around with the ball a little bit, and conversation there with Caleb Martin as well. So,
well, a lot of this depends on whether they call it a shot on goal, and then if it went out of bounds, it would be Owen Sound's ball. But they're saying the shot clearly missed Lucas Coote. The rebound off did go over, I guess, around the penalty box area, and Brooklyn will kill off the rest of this power play. And with 1:15 left, it will be tough sledding here for Owen Sound to tie it up.
Devin Pfeiffer still with possession. Slowing this one down, even strength now as the penalized Trent Boyd comes back on the floor. Long shot here, doesn't make it to the net. Boyd tries to find Parker Pfeiffer, can't quite. Owen Sound still can't come up with it. 5 seconds left. Pfeiffer, long shot, good save by Caleb Martin. And he's signaling to the bench. It looks like they want to call a timeout here, so Owen Sound will call a timeout with 45 seconds left. They're going to need to get a clock reset in this next possession, which they've had a little bit of difficulty coming up with their rebounds, but not impossible, certainly. I mean, they've got some high caliber offense. They've held their own in this game, certainly with a shortened bench, so you never know what might shake out here in the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's a tough call when you're in that 45-second range. A lot of coaches would like to see you go down and take a quick shot, and force Brooklyn to have to play with the ball, and then Owen Sound would get that opportunity with maybe 10 or 12 seconds left in the game to call a timeout and then go 6-on-5. If you go 6-on-5 now, you run the risk of giving up an empty net goal. I mean, it looks like they're going to go 6-on-5 anyways, but it's you know, you typically don't want to run a play early in the 30 when you're on that 6-on-5 situation. So you know, there's a good chance of a scramble after the fact if the shot doesn't get in.
McMillan sends that down for Cascanet. Cascanet across the floor. McNabb.
He's got to move the ball. He can't get trapped in like this.
McNabb sends that over. McMillan's shot goes wide. Barfoot can't come up with it. Merchant's knocking this around. McLeod sends a long shot in off the goalie, resets the clock.
Yeah, well, with 15 seconds to go, they won't even have to make a pass here, although they will.
They're going to throw it up the floor, and they're going to just play with it, I think, in their own zone here. And 2 seconds left in this game. Owen Sound dropping by a goal to the Brooklyn Merchants. A hard-fought game from start to finish. Both teams having the lead at any point during this game, and Owen Sound even threw a shortened bench, coming up quite big against a high-caliber Merchants team. A big improvement on their last game against them. But Steve, like you mentioned, I think it really special teams was the big difference in this game. Owen Sound gave up, it looked like, I think, 4 or 5 power play goals to the Brooklyn Merchants, and had they have even stopped one of those, you know, this could have been a very different game.
The Merchants were 100% on the power play. You just can't give them those opportunities, and they're always going to come in the course of a game. Nobody plays a perfectly sound defensive game where you don't have to take penalties. That's why you just can't take the cheap ones that are a long way from your net and not eliminating scoring opportunities. But listen, for a team that had 15 runners, their entire offense played every shift on O. You got Wyatt Barfoot that played D, then he would go up and play O, then he would go back and play D again. I mean, he's going to be gassed. You know, and you could tell late in the game they were certainly, you know, having the legs are probably pretty heavy, and the arms as well, but a valiant effort. I mean, you know, to lose by a goal in this game, you know, against a really strong Brooklyn Merchants team, who I think is the best team in this league. You know, we'll see what it looks like at the end of the season, but they're deep, they're fast, they're young, and they're highly skilled. They got, you know, 3 good goaltenders, so they really have little weakness, you know, at this point in the season.
Well, Devin Pfeiffer said in his interview that a good captain leads by example. He certainly did that. And Steve, like you mentioned, Wyatt Barfoot playing every position he possibly could, even goaltender a little bit right at the end there with the pulled goalie. So also leading by example is the North Stars fall by 1 goal to the Brooklyn Merchants. Thank you so much for watching the Senior B North Stars here on Rogers TV. We'll be back in about an hour with the Junior B North Stars here on Rogers TV. So stay tuned, grab some dinner, grab some water, and we'll be right back.
Guests. We give you action off the ice and off the field with all the drama and all the fun. Don't miss out on the sports talk show that's taking the game to a whole new level. Get your game face on and join us on RTV Sports Wrap.
It's been a long time coming.
You don't win it to keep it, you win it to be a part of its history.
Always knew.
Always hard to see the difference between winning and losing.
How to steal.